This is the purple pillow. It's the $100 10-pound, not British pound, pillow that I reviewed 2.5 months ago. And after nearly 4 million views, I thought it might be time for an update to let you know how it's going. Now before my purple pillow review, my channel was doing pretty well here. I had about 34,000 subscribers in a little over a year. But after the purple pillow video, it certainly has taken off. I just hit a big milestone last week. Oh, here we go. It feels like,
this is like,
it feels like, no, there it is. Woo! Yeah. Bailey, we did it. We did it, Bailey. Yay. Woohoo. Oh, hey, now the next 100,000. So I guess now what am I going to do? I don't know. I guess that's it. Thank you to everybody who has subscribed. So the purple pillow review has done well for me, but how about the pillow itself? Let's find out in this 10-week update. It took me a long time to decide if I even like the purple pillow or not, because it's definitely something you have to get used to. And I can say that after 10 weeks of use, I actually kind of like it. I haven't had any neck problems, I haven't had any headaches, which I have had in the past. I'm not saying this cured it, but it certainly hasn't caused it because I haven't had any since I started using it. So I'll say that after using this every night for 2.5 months, I'm gonna keep using it. It's definitely not for everyone, especially if you like thick pillows, but for me, I actually kind of like it. All right, as you can see, the pillow itself is no worse for wear. It's retained its shape perfectly. There's been no wear and tear really. I mean, it looks basically brand new. It looks the same as when I first got it. Nothing separating. So really, to me, it looks and feels exactly the same today as it did 10 weeks ago when I first started using it. The only difference is there's no smell anymore. One thing I didn't show in my first video was how it looks when my head compresses the pillow without the pillowcase on, so I wanted to show you how that looks. If you can see that, here, I'll sit on the edge here. And there's sometimes a sound when you lift your head up and down. Let me get this microphone here. That's kind of a weird sound. It takes some getting used to. Now the pillowcase itself, I have used this every night for 2.5 months. I've washed it numerous times. As you can see, it looks like it's held up pretty nicely. I have no complaints. It seems like it's a pretty high quality pillowcase, so I think the pillowcase has held up quite nicely. So because so little has changed and I'm still happy with it, let's get to some questions and comments and answer some of those. All right, so one of my top comments mentions how well the purple pillow would do in a pillow fight, so let's check that out. Take a practice swing on the arm. Oh my God. You gotta do it though, man. You gotta do it. You gotta do it. You can do it harder than that. Come on. You can do it harder than that. I can take it. I'm not Jerry Cooney. Oh. You're not Buster Douglas. I'm not Mike Tyson. Let's do it. Come on. Oh. Oh. Rabbit punches. Oh, here, don't hit me with that side. Hit me the other side. He's hit me with the burlap sack side. No wonder it's hurting so much. Oh, that's it. Oh. Oh, that's it. That's it. Test over. I can definitely say the purple pillow would destroy in a pillow fight. I'm happy to report. And with that out of the way, let's take a look at my responses to some of the more colorful comments I've had on my original review. All right, since there's something like 6,500 comments so far on my purple pillow video, I thought I might address a couple of comments and questions on that original video. So the first thing is some people said, this guy doesn't even know how to wash it off. He just dumped warm water on it, which I really didn't have any instructions. I asked the rep how to do it. She said, rinse it with warm soapy water. So I rinsed it off. A hose is not warm water. I couldn't put it in the washing machine. Since then, I think now they're saying to soak it in a tub, which I would have done if I had those instructions. I didn't. But it ended up working because the smell was gone within a week. So just get out of here with your negative comments. Now, my first video, I talked about people that sleep with their shoulders in the pillow, and I got a lot of grief about that. Well, I didn't mean that I sleep with my shoulders in my pillow, but I do know people that do that. And there's people in the comments that have also said they sleep with their shoulders in the pillow. The other thing is when you have a flat pillow like this, it's so deep. So if you just put your head on there, look how much you're actually not using way back there. Again, I know most people don't sleep with their shoulders in the pillow, but since I've known people that do, I wanted to include them. A lot of people have said, hey, you look like that guy. Yes, without the hat on, it's Rob Halford from Judas Priest. Without the glasses on, it's Walter White from Breaking Bad. With the hat and the glasses on, it's Jamie Hyneman from Mythbusters. And hey, that's cool. I think all those guys are cool, so I'll take that as a compliment. Some people have talked about sleeping with their hand under the pillow like this. which I have actually done as well. The full 10 pounds isn't going to be on your hand if you put it on there because, you know, it's dispersed over here as well. But the problem is you have this kind of rough burlap sack kind of texture on the bottom, which isn't going to be comfortable if you sleep with your hand on your pillow. So even though I've done that in the past, since I switched the purple pillow, I stopped doing it because that scratchy feeling isn't very comfortable. I think the biggest complaint I've seen is that it's so thin, it's only about 3 inches tall. I like that thickness, but some people don't. So what about the idea of putting it on top of another pillow? Here's the Miracle Bamboo pillow. Here's the purple pillow on top of it. The problem is that it's so heavy at 10 pounds that as you're sleeping on it, it tends to fall off. I mean, gravity's gonna do its thing, and overnight it's gonna shift this way. And then you've got that, which I don't know if, maybe you want that. I don't want that. Then you'll be back with your shoulders in your pillow again, like everybody else is giving me grief about. So I don't know if it's really ideal for putting on top of another pillow. I think it depends on the pillow itself. I did notice that the Amazon rating for Purple Pillow wasn't quite as high as the rating they show on the website. There could obviously be a lot of reasons for that, but one thing I will say is that the Amazon ratings seem to include a lot of complaints about their original booster that was inflatable. They don't even include that anymore. In fact, the 2 foam boosters that I got, they don't include those anymore either. There are no boosters included. So you have to take some of those early negative comments with a grain of salt because a lot of them are complaining about a feature that's not even there anymore. Now, some people have said this guy is a paid shill for the company. Now, if I was a paid shill, would I have started off my review saying that it stunk? Of course not. I paid $100 for it. The only communication I had with the company for that first review was when I asked them about the smell. I've since asked them about the inserts and they told me that they're not available anymore. That's the only time I've ever communicated with the company, so I'm not a paid shill. I've really thought about doing a review for the Purple mattress, but now they have 4 of them. They have the original, they have a 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4. The 0.4 for a queen size mattress like I have is $2,800. I'm not sure I want to fork out that kind of money for a review. I've spent about $4,000 on this channel for all the products I've reviewed combined, and that's going to be a pretty big chunk of that. So I don't know, what do you guys think about me doing a Purple mattress review? Have you used a Purple pillow? Tell me what you think in the comments below. And please subscribe to my social profiles where I give progress pictures and videos as I go. And please subscribe for more As Seen on TV product reviews from me, James White, with Freakin' Reviews.